Well, Dr. Austin Nweze is of the Pan-Atlantic University. He's also an economist. He joins us this morning to examine all of that is playing out as the CBN eventually announced that new policy. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you.
Well, looking at how the markets operated, many keeping their tabs on that, saying, well, different perspectives actually about this one. It started out with them posting between the offer ranged from 260 to 274 at the financial markets dealers quotes, but at the end of the day, we've seen how much the papers say it closed. But that policy, for you, having seen the first day, what do you think?
Well, it's taking the first step, towards the right direction, and but it's not all that we are expecting to see, in the sense that to really liberalize the market, you really have to remove all forms of monopoly, from the whole system, because you will allow the market to really operate. It's all about the demand and supply. And but I haven't seen, because before this announcement, there was speculation that there will be some, fixed rate for some critical project that the government will do. But I don't know whether they'll still carry it out as we move on. In the day, we'll be able to know exactly whether they will include that, playing two levels. One for the public, and then if government wants to do a special project because of costs, they don't have to go through the normal listing. They can also fix their own rate, So, but let's see how it plays out. And but it's not yet to huru, and it's just, taking an aspect of the whole economy to be able to, But we're hoping that it will be a holistic reform. And, the CBN, they have so much to do. They can only do so much. I beg your pardon. But you find that we're not hearing much from the fiscal policy side, where the economy is headed. What strategy do you have? How can Nigeria compete in the global market space? And how do we attract investors? Those that have left, it will take some time before they return, because investment anywhere in the world is about confidence. If Suleiman is sure that maybe his money is guaranteed for the next 6 months, he can have the confidence to spend what he has today. But if the guarantee is not there, he will say, okay, I'm not sure that I'll be able to. So uncertainties. The people that have left the Nigerian market space, it will take them some time, maybe 6 months, early next year before they come, because they need to see how consistent this policy is.
But so far, do you think this is the first step to injecting that much needed confidence to investors?
Well, it is. It is. And you know that policy inconsistency has always been a challenge here. And, speaking to some people, even within Nigeria and outside Nigeria, it's not, they're not willing, they're still skeptical, because some reports are saying that, well, until we know where government is headed, the direction they're headed, let them say, okay, this is how we want Nigeria to play.
But you're not among the skeptics, because I read you yesterday in The Guardian, where you said that without structural changes, flexible exchange rate, policy rate will fail.
Of course. So because one is this, I call it creaming the market. Short-term thinking has never done any economic good. We need to be strategic in our thinking. It's a very critical thinking is critical. We need to begin to deepen our thinking. Know the end from the beginning. Not just solving one problem, and then leaving the whole thing to solve this. You can need. There are three. I call them the unholy trinity: the interest rate, the foreign exchange, and inflation. Until we increase the productive capacity of the Nigeria's economy, by producing what we consume. That is the only way. All these ones will naturally take care of itself. The inflation targeting that I've been doing over the years, wouldn't be a problem as long as you increase productive capacity, so that 70% of what we consume in Nigeria will be produced within here. I'll give you an example. A report I read yesterday said that 1.34 trillion naira has the equipment imported, into Nigeria to solve our power problem. No kobo was spent within. We all used it to improve another country's economy. And I'm saying this: why don't we get to engineers, to begin to think, get to architects, begin to think, all the people that will make Nigeria to become original equipment manufacturers. That is where we begin to say that, we have confidence that this economy will. We need to restructure. Without that, any other thing is just, creaming the market, temporary measure.
But all of this must come from some form of policy direction from the government.
It's all about, yes, it's all about policy. It's all about policy. The policy that will allow everybody to express themselves. Not, what I call Phariseeism. You don't want to go to heaven, you block others from going to heaven. Every part of the country, you find that people have different personalities. Let them express themselves. Some people are entrepreneurs, some are civil servants and all that. Let them have the confidence that we are one nation, that we are protected by one law, one constitution, so that they'll be able to, express themselves. So that is the major thing. Without going to the fundamentals, these other things will not follow. You can't isolate one. You can't isolate the monetary policy alone, and forget the fiscal side or even the political institutions. Because the political institutions that drive, the economic institutions. And the institutions, both of them, drive economic growth.
Why does it look as if there's this disparity between, there's this gap between the fiscal policy and the monetary policy? Why is it that the economists and the bankers will talk? I guess we'll talk about that when we come back.
Yes, so please join us again.